in the hour we may have. You know, he mentions all of these characterizations: villains, heroes, bad people, good people. Mentions Camelot, the Knights of the Round Table. He even, says this case reminds him of Hamlet. Well, there's a famous quote in Hamlet, I believe it's Act 5, Scene 1, where he says, this man knows nothing about his business. Well, that could apply to this judge. He doesn't seem to understand that this is a simple case.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, Larry, being simple. How would you expect a different judge to rule on this? I mean, what would you expect to come out of it? And maybe this judge will rule that way.
Well, I mean, he may be crazy like a fox, as someone else has stated,
right.
But if it's an intent test, then we may need a long hearing, maybe not this long. If it is simply a statute that says the next of kin, well, there's only one next of kin at this point, and that's the mother, and so she has the right to decide. It's a 30-second, maybe 30-minute hearing at the most. So the length of this hearing may give indication as to what this judge is thinking, leaning more towards intent. But if that's what he's thinking, then the Bahamas seems to have the most objective evidence about what Anna Nicole actually intended.
Mm-hmm. Larry Hayes, who specializes in family law. Larry, stick around if you will, because that hearing in Fort Lauderdale is set to start again in just a few minutes. We may need your expertise. We're going to take a quick break in the meantime, and as we go to break, these live pictures from Miami Beach, Florida, of this fire that crews are on the scene of there. It's a building adjacent to the convention center at Miami Beach. We're told that it's vacant at this point. We're looking for more details on this. As soon as we get them, we'll bring them straight to you. We'll be right back.
Every time you try to put your necklace on, it's a hassle. That's because you have to get those two tiny little clasps to hook together. And if you got long nails, forget it. You actually need someone to do it for you. But now, putting on your jewelry just got a lot easier. Because now, there's Clever Clasp, the magnetic jewelry clasp that attaches to any necklace. Then, just bring them together and they click and lock. Simply attach a Clever Clasp to each end of your jewelry and that's it. Bring them together and your jewelry's on, even behind your back when you can't see what you're doing. Watch, just get them close, and your jewelry's on.
Clever Clasp is available in silver or gold to complement all your jewelry.
Plus, the super strength magnets are guaranteed to grip and never slip. So even your heaviest necklaces are perfectly secure. And no more hassling to get your bracelets on either. With Clever Clasp, it's a snap, perfect for anyone who has trouble seeing or difficulty reaching back to hook their necklace. Even with long nails, Clever Clasp is a snap. Plus, our deluxe Clever Clasp has a built-in locking device to keep all your jewelry safe and secure. Just bring them together and your jewelry is on. So stop struggling with your jewelry or relying on someone else to help. Call now and get a set of 4 gold Clever Clasps,
a $30 value for only $14.99. As an added bonus, you'll also receive our 3-inch extender chain. It's perfect for adding extra length to your necklaces or just to make your jewelry a little more comfortable around your neck. But wait, call right now and we'll double the offer.
And also give you 4 silver Clever Clasps and a 3-inch silver extender absolutely free. That's right, you get 8 Clever Clasps, 4 gold and 4 silver, plus 2 extender chains, an incredible $60 value for just $14.99. But you have to call now.
To order your Clever Clasp, call 1-800-598-5642. That's 1-800-598-5642. Don't delay. Call now at 1-800-598-5642.
Is the IRS ruining your life? Are IRS penalties and interest compounding daily? Stop the cycle now.
Hello, I'm John Harris, president of J.K. Harris & Company. The people who negotiate for our clients are former IRS agents and tax professionals. They've helped our clients save millions of dollars. You too could qualify to significantly reduce your tax debt.
Call the IRS experts at J.K. Harris now for your free confidential tax settlement analysis.
Call 1-800-249-9947.
Steve is like a big kid. He gets out there and plays like he's 4.
I want to be around to see them get married off.
But my cholesterol was a problem.
So I did eat the Quaker oatmeal every day for 30 days. It helped lower my cholesterol.
7 points. It was really something to smile about.
Looking for some guidance? E-Trade makes investing easy with experts to talk to when you need them. Plus 6 free sources of independent research. It's easy. It's extraordinary. It's E-Trade.
Continuing coverage of the hearing in just a moment, but at the bottom of the hour, time for the top of the news and the latest on the nuclear showdown with Iran. According to a new United Nations report, Tehran has ignored yesterday's deadline to pull the plug on its atomic ambitions. Imagine. and that means the Security Council can now start deliberations on new sanctions. Meantime, in the Capitol today, hundreds of students are protesting outside European embassies, chanting, "Nuclear energy is our absolute right." Demonstrators also burning British and Israeli flags. In Africa, tropical cyclone Flavio making landfall in Mozambique, causing widespread destruction. Heavy rains lashed the area throughout the day and early morning. Officials say one of the worst hit areas is the popular tourist destination. More than 120,000 people have already been displaced after a recent storm. The Army and the Red Cross are on standby. Another cyclone expected to hit tomorrow. The crew of the International Space Station completing a tricky spacewalk today. The mission was to fold a faulty antenna on a Russian cargo ship so it could undock from the station in a couple of weeks. First, they tried hitting the antenna with a hammer. Then they used scissors the size of garden shears to cut metal tubing that holds the antenna in place. A cosmonaut got through the spacewalk despite an overheating spacesuit and a visor that kept fogging up. Some unlikely crime fighters in Nashville. Police say that a career criminal attacked a bunch of senior citizens on his way home from a night of dancing. When the would-be robber demanded their money, we're told, one of the men pushed him against the car and another guy grabbed his wrist. We're told that they were able to hold him until the cops showed up. Go, Grandpa. That's the news as we know it. We'll be back at the top of the hour for more. That hearing ought to be getting underway down in Florida in just a few minutes, and I, for one, cannot wait for the decorum to return.
Well, as you noted yesterday, the clock in the courtroom is a little bit off. Can we take these live pictures so you can see Howard K. Stern?
There's Howard K. Stern showing up again.
Walking in. Hopefully we'll be able to take them. There they are. The clock is about 5 minutes off inside the courtroom, so technically they're just supposed to be there now. The judge will probably look at that clock and tell them they're late, but we're seeing the main parties enter back in.
He may actually look at that and remember Camelot and giraffes as a child. Something about beach balls. I'm not sure exactly. And at some point, I guess they'll talk about burying someone, but there are no guarantees, really.
Can't say it's not entertaining. He has, though, says he's going to keep to his promise that he will have a decision on this first thing tomorrow morning.
And then the appeal instantly, I'm guessing.
Right,
yeah.
So we'll see how that all shakes out. We are waiting for this testimony, though, to resume in this hearing, set to start any minute. Phil Keating is outside the courthouse where he has been for many, many days now. Also, Larry Hayes is with us, who is an attorney who specializes in family law. Phil, first to you. We're told anyway that Larry Burkhead's attorneys, who the judge said, I owe you some time. We assume that they're going to start up right away. Is that right? And tell us who they're going to call if you know.
Well, they're going to be calling the guy who shot the videotape down in the Keys that shows Anna Nicole Smith appearing extremely inebriated. We also first saw that videotape on Greta Van Sustern's show a couple of nights ago. But this kind of face makeup dressed her up like a clown. And in this videotape, you can hear Howard K. Stern saying, "What are you on a mushroom trip? Are you on a mushroom trip?" And they're all laughing and laughing and laughing. I suppose the point of Miss Opry, the attorney for Burkhead, playing this videotape today is simply going to be to show that Howard K. Stern is not the one that deserves custody of her remains. That right there is Ms. Brown, one of the Florida attorneys for Mr. Burkhead. Moments ago, Howard K. Stern walked in here, and over here, this woman, Maria Snyder from Boca Raton, you were cheering on Howard K. Stern. A lot of people out here have been cheering Larry Burkhead.
I booed him when I saw him.
Why are you rooting for Howard K. Stern here?
Well, you're talking about the lawyer?
No, Howard K. Stern, the lawyer / boyfriend, yes.
Yes. Why? I believe it. I was in the City Hall in Boca Raton, Florida, when I saw the devastation about her son passed away. And I've been watching Entertainment Tonight, and I really truly believe it, how it's been with Nicole from the beginning. And I think he has a right to keep Nicole's body in.
Thank you, Maria. Appreciate that very much. This place has become pretty much a tourist destination, not only from people who live here in the Fort Lauderdale area. Every day there are people with cameras and they are on vacation. I just talked to a Connecticut couple here today. It is the talk of the town and the talk of the nation, this ongoing soap opera. But in the end, let's not forget, we are dealing with the custody of Anna Nicole Smith's remains. Tomorrow morning, the judge has said he's going to have a definitive conclusion. He's already ruled this morning there will be no final arguments by all of the attorneys involved today. They will have to present that in writing. He will then spend the night and or morning reading, digesting, and coming to a conclusion. Tomorrow will be an enormous day here, and we'll, of course, carry all of it for you live. Jane?
All right, Phil, stick around for us, if you will. Larry Hayes is with us, who's an attorney in family law. And Larry, Phil alluded to that videotape, talking about drug use on the part of Anna Nicole Smith. This morning, a bulk of the testimony, which was pretty interesting, was from her former boyfriend, that Larry Burkhead, talking about how she was taking drugs while she was pregnant and, his concerns about Howard Stern's role in all of that. Where does that get them? Where does it get the parties? Where does it get the judge, all that testimony?
It doesn't really get anybody anywhere in these proceedings. I mean, we have to remember we're just seeing sort of the leading edge of the storm, if you will, because all of these same parties are going to be in a custody hearing very shortly that may last weeks, may last months, and you can sort of get a sense of what each party is going to be claiming against the other, regardless of how the DNA test may come out in the future.
Yeah, and if there is a concern about her just general drug use, even outside of the pregnancy, I suppose that would go to questions perhaps of her competency. And did she know what she was doing when she wrote this will? People who said, oh, she told me she wanted to be buried in the Bahamas. Was she even coherent enough to know what she was saying?
Right. I mean, that would get back to the intent standard, if that's what the judge is using. But that will, I believe, was 2001. So we're talking about 6 years ago, and most of the testimony has been more recent than that. So I just don't know what the judge is accomplishing by going into these long, drawn-out vignettes about, was she on drugs? Did she appear coherent? It's just an absolute waste of time.
Yeah, it's certainly pretty confusing. Larry, tell me, what is a judge in this case supposed to be considering? You had said it's cut and dry. Give me the list of the couple of things that should be on his mind.
Well, I can only speak for Tennessee law, but it's my understanding from some of the comments that the Florida lawyers have made that there are two statutes at play here. One, I believe, the medical examiner statute, which speaks of the next of kin. I mean, if that's the standard, then that's, as I said, a 30-minute hearing, because we only have one next of kin who's able to take that decision, and that's the mother. The child is a minor, and there is no guardian at this point as far as the United States goes. If it's an intent standard, then we may have some benefit to a longer hearing, but not a week-long hearing about things that just have absolutely nothing to do with that decision.
Larry Hayes, joining us from Nashville today, a specialist in family law. Larry, we're still waiting for this hearing, so hang on with us, if you will. Phil Keating's going to stay with us as well. Live pictures as we go to break of inside that courtroom in Fort Lauderdale. This hearing continues. They're supposed to be answering this question of who has custody over Anna Nicole Smith's remains, and ultimately where will she be buried. The morning was quite a morning, pretty entertaining. We'll see what happens this afternoon. We'll be right back.
People could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance by switching to Geico. It says here, new customers report average annual savings of over $500.
Easy money.
Easy money. You do have to go to geico.com.
Which is like what? Asking you to stand up? Hello there, if you stand up, you could save loads of money. I doubt you're going to be like, no thanks, I'm so rich, I think I'll keep my seat.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Good night, honey.
Nothing drives couples apart like snoring. So Breathe Right brand now makes solutions for both main snoring causes. When you lie down, breathing passages can become restricted. But new Snore Relief Throat Rinse lubricates throat tissues to help keep them quiet. Or try Breathe Right Strips. The reflex action helps you breathe through your nose and close your mouth to reduce snoring. Join the 85% of snoring couples who can find relief. Breathe better, sleep better with Breathe Right.
Are you receiving payments from an insurance company? Maybe you have a structured settlement or purchased an annuity and you're receiving small monthly payments. If you'd rather have a lump sum of cash now, J.G. Wentworth can help. You see, J.G. Wentworth is the nation's largest and most experienced financial services company, specializing in helping people convert their monthly insurance payments into the cash they need today. The nation's leading financial publications have taken notice and are recognizing Wentworth's market-leading services. Perhaps you were in an accident and received a structured settlement as a result. Or maybe you bought or inherited an annuity and want to convert those monthly payments into cash you can use today. Thousands of people just like you are taking advantage of J.G. Wentworth's unparalleled access to the financial markets to get the customized payout they need today. Call us now. Our experienced advisors are standing by. Call 866-429-6218.
This is the AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan card. You know what's great about this card? Wherever you go, nationwide, your coverage travels with you. And that's just one of the many reasons you need the card you can trust. Because with AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plans, you can apply year-round, talk with personal health insurance advisors, and so much more. If you're turning 65 or older, or you've already enrolled in a Medicare supplement plan, call for this free information kit and Medicare guide. These are the only Medicare supplement insurance plans exclusively endorsed by AARP. These plans, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company, help cover some of your medical expenses not covered by Medicare alone. This could save you thousands of dollars. Want your choice of doctors or hospitals, virtually no claim forms, and no referrals needed to see a specialist? Call for your free kit. Yep, this is one great card.
They're all back in place, the players in the Anna Nicole Smith hearing. Let's take a listen.
After I met her on the movie, she was in contact with my husband a lot, her and Howard, about the movie. And she was always asking to speak to me, and I spoke to her, and without going into anything, we became very close. Our family were going on a vacation, so we decided to go to Bahamas. We didn't know anything about Anna's Bahamas. And then John was speaking to them, and they said they had a home there, and they were there, and Anna was dying to show me the nursery because we both love babies. And I was thrilled, and we did, and we visited them, and she was very pregnant, and Howard and her were extremely happy. She was happy. She said, I'm getting towards the end. I'm getting, you know, enough. She had to have a C-section. I said, I had one. Don't worry about it. It's fine. She poked my belly and said, hope I don't have a scar like that. And she was just joking with me. She was happy and excited and everything. We went into the nursery, and she said, look, I did everything myself. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I did everything myself. And she was so proud of that nursery, all in pink, and her pictures and everything. And I said, well, perhaps you can get some baby pictures of Daniel, and then you can compare the pictures with your new baby. And she said, I don't have any. My mother took all my baby pictures of Daniel. She started to cry. With respect, Miss Arthur. She said, I don't have any photos at all. I said, well, perhaps you could ask your mom. And she said, no, I can't. She won't give them to me. I've asked her. And the look on her face was like a little girl that just lost everything. And then after that, we left, and then we came back in September to see the baby. And we visited her every day, and by then Daniel had passed away, and she was just a mess. And I went in one day, and she always gave me such a big hug and a squeeze, and she had a cross around her neck, and she said Daniel brought it over with him. She asked him to get this cross. She said he hated crosses, but he wore it over, and she had it around her neck. And I had a little medal that a minister had given me when my mother passed away. And I said, I'm going to give it to you. And she said, thank you, and we put it on her cross. Then the next day I went in, and she hugged me. She called me over like this and just about broke my neck, squeezing me. And she said, look. She said, my witch birth mother, with respect, Miss Arthur, I'm just quoting her, said this about me on CNN. She said, what kind of mother would say that about her daughter? I said, I don't know, honey. I said, you just, and she...
You know, you would normally object and say it's cumulative, am I right?
Yes, I would.
The question would be the balance versus the information the court needs to hear versus the prejudice it is to the jury, to the trier of fact.
Tell me if you have any.
So your objection's noted, and I'm going to just allow another couple minutes on this.
Tell me if you have any personal knowledge of Anna's relationship with Daniel.
She never stopped talking about Daniel. She emailed me, I miss Daniel. She used to call me mommy because she said, I just have nobody and I don't have a mommy. And I said, you can call me mommy. And I tried to help her in any way I could. I didn't slander Miss Arthur at all. I'm a mother. I never slandered. I never said yay or nay or anything. I said, just calm down. She said some choice things. And then she said, I miss Daniel. I miss Daniel. I want to be with Daniel. I said, no, you've got your baby girl. She just, all I'm here for is to put her next to her son. She wanted to be with her son. That's all I'm here for. This poor woman is laying there. She wants to be with her son.
You don't have any questions, do you? Do you? I have no questions. Do you have any? No. Thank you for coming.
You only just had one question.
No. Next, you've rested now?
No, next witness, please.
I thought that was it.
Just one more.
And who is it?
It's a good friend of hers, Patrick.
And what would she testify to?
It's a he.
What would he testify?
Very close friends with Anna for a period of many years.
And it would be the same type of testimony?
Well, he will be able to give testimony about where Anna wanted to be, about her discussions about the purchase of the funeral plots for the whole family, specific conversations. He would be able to testify.
It's cumulative, isn't it?
Yes.
So noted. Denied.
Thank you.
That closes up your position.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to let you, you had a strong advocate, the mother. Did you want anyone else to testify?
Your Honor, yes.
I'm not going to allow a phone testimony. You have any live witnesses?
Yes.
Bring them. Who?
Ford, Shelley, and I'll go out in the hall and get him.